KVUE News at 5.
A travel advisory issued for Texas. Why the American Civil Liberties Union says this needed to happen. Plus,
these are your little angels, and there's my angels.
All smiles in the courtroom today as 3 children find their forever home.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Terry Gruca.
And I'm Mike Rush. A live look at the radar tonight. A few showers in the area. We'll have more on your forecast in just a moment. But first, breaking news. FBI Director James Comey has been fired and removed from office. That news coming out just about 10 minutes ago. The White House issued this statement saying President Trump acted based on the clear recommendations of Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Part of the reasoning, that press conference last summer where Comey stated no charges would be brought against Hillary Clinton regarding her emails. The search for a permanent FBI director will begin immediately.
And we'll, of course, have more on this both on KVUE.com and ABC News following this newscast. Let's talk a little bit now about what we are tracking with Chief Meteorologist Albert Ramon. A few showers out there, Albert.
And even a couple of rumbles of thunder a little earlier this afternoon. Kind of interesting to see the radar. I'll show you the loop in a moment, but rain-cool temperatures in many spots in the 70s, keeping us out of the 80s in many locations this afternoon. Over the last 3 hours, we've had showers coming off the Gulf of Mexico, some low-level flow moving from the southeast to the northwest, and notice other thunderstorms developing, moving southwest to the northeast. That's that little crisscross motion you see on the radar loop. And right now, we're pretty quiet in Austin other than a few little light showers out towards western Travis County, a couple of heavier downpours near Georgetown and approaching the Granger area. We'll keep in some chances of on and off showers tonight and tomorrow. Can't rule out a strong thunderstorm on Thursday ahead of a front that's going to dry things out and make for a great weekend. I was going to say holiday weekend, but it's a holiday for your mom. We'll talk about that Mother's Day forecast coming up.
Okay, thanks so much, Albert. The American Civil Liberties Union has issued a travel alert for Texas. This comes 2 days after Governor Greg Abbott signed a bill to ban so-called sanctuary cities. That law cracks down on policies on jurisdictions that do not detain known criminals accused of violent crimes. KVUE's Brandon Jones joins us live with the very latest. Brandon?
Well, Terry, we met with a representative from the ACLU just a short time ago, and they tell us that they feel that this alert needed to happen. It's not a way to scare people, but to protect their constitutional rights. So we want to show you this travel alert that's been going around today. Take a look at it right now. The organization says that the travel alert today is to anyone planning to travel to Texas in the near future to anticipate the possible violation of their constitutional rights when stopped by law enforcement. The ACLU feels that the law gives a green light to police officers in the state to investigate a person's immigration status during a routine traffic stop, leading to what they say is widespread racial profiling, baseless scrutiny, and illegal arrest of citizens and non-citizens alike, presumed to be foreign based on how they look and sound. You know, this alert applies to all encounters with federal, state, county law enforcement, including local police and sheriffs.
All eyes are on Texas now. The community, not just immigrant community, but nationwide, all Americans are concerned that Texas has passed the most racist law in the nation. So all eyes are on Texas now.
So tonight at 10, we are answering your questions on this issue. Go ahead and send those questions to us, and we will try our best to verify them. We are live here in Austin. Brandon Jones, KVUE News.
Brandon, here's the breakdown of the bill that was signed into law. Senate Bill 4 requires all Texas law enforcement to honor ICE detainers. It allows police to ask people about their immigration status during an arrest or when they're detained, things like a routine traffic stop. Critics say it amounts to racial profiling. Supporters say the law keeps people safe. Now, when Travis County changed its policy earlier this year to only hold suspects for federal immigration agents under certain situations, the governor's office stripped Travis County of $1.5 million in grant funding. The Travis County commissioners have now figured out how to keep the programs that those grants funded. Under a plan approved today, none of the criminal justice programs covered by the grants will be cut. Costs will be covered by existing departmental budgets. 6 vacant positions across departments will be eliminated. Commissioners also approved a request of $133,000 from Travis County Stronger Together. That is the community fundraiser created earlier this year to support grant-funded programs.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott reaching out to religious leaders in an effort to drum up support for the so-called bathroom bill. The pastors of a Dallas area megachurch say that the governor contacted them and leaders of 9 other churches, urging them to call on the Texas House of Representatives to pass a bathroom bill. While there is some support among GOP lawmakers, the House version of the measure died in committee. But that doesn't mean it's over. The House could still consider the Senate version, or representatives could try to add the House version on an amendment in other bills. Meantime, the House of Representatives has just 3 days left to vote on House bills. They were set to take up some big issues today, but are just now starting to work on the day's calendar. KVUE political reporter Ashley Godot is live at the Capitol. Ashley, the morning and early afternoon lost to a bill-killing tactic.
Yeah, Mike, it's a little something the representatives like to call chubbing. That's where a lawmaker tries to run out the clock to debate bills. It wastes time so that they can't get to other issues.
Tuesday morning in the Texas House of Representatives.
I moved to postpone the local and consent calendar to 3 p.m. today.
When Representative Symphonia Thompson, the second longest serving member, started the day with that motion, it was a sign this wasn't going to be your normal local and consent calendar. You'll recall these are the bills that normally get passed like this.
The question occurs on the passed House Bill 493 to third reading. Is there any objection? Chair is none, so ordered.
Representative Dennis Bonnen, a master at breezing bills through, but instead...
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Stickland.
The gentleman yield for some questions.
Representative John Stickland seemed to be full of questions.
Could you explain this just a little bit? Can you explain your bill? Do you believe that this is happening regularly?
Bill after bill was knocked off the calendar because under House rules, if debate on a local and consent bill lasts for 10 minutes, the bill is removed and lawmakers can't vote on it then. And this didn't happen by coincidence. Stickland took to Twitter earlier today to sort of brag about his plans to kill bills. And that's not the only way he drug out the day's calendar.
Mr. Stickland, is it your intent to talk for 10 minutes?
Not at this time.
Chubbing is ledge speak for wasting time. Representative Tom Craddock told us this was coming.
There'll be people asking questions and doing things just to prevent us from getting a bill down the calendar at this point.
In other words, bills the representatives have spent months working on die because with just 3 days left to pass House bills, every minute counts. And this back and forth lasted for more than 4 hours.
We're having a fun day. Let's not make it any worse.
It is a fun day. Yes, sir.
And more than 20 bills were knocked off the calendar, including one that would have ended the common practice of shaming school children who can't afford their lunches. Moments ago, the author of that bill called out lawmakers for playing political games instead of helping Texas children. Live at the Capitol, Ashley Godot, KVUE News.
New at 5, a lawsuit has been filed against an Austin nursing home after a disturbing Snapchat video. You may remember this story from last month. 23-year-old Carlos Santa Cruz is charged with injury to the elderly by contact while working at the Windsor Nursing and Rehabilitation Services of Duval. He is the man police say made an elderly woman spread feces on her own face. Now, the lawsuit accuses the nursing home of negligently hiring Santa Cruz and of failing to report the incident to law enforcement and the family. The family of the woman seen in the video is seeking $1 million.
Now to the growing backlash over President Donald Trump's health care bill. Protesters across the country are aimed at Republican lawmakers.
He lied, but we won't let our people die.
Some GOP House members are on the defensive and opting out of holding town hall meetings during recess, but Democrats are stepping in.
Who we don't have is a congressman who tonight is at an out-of-district fundraiser.
Saying that pre-existing conditions will be covered isn't enough because access is not the same thing as affordability.
Criticism is closing in on the Capitol as some members of Congress are admitting they never read a final draft of the House bill. Some Senate Republicans voicing concern about the House bill. saying they may even start from scratch.
The story of Russian interference in Western politics continues to grow. Yesterday, the former acting attorney general told a Senate committee that she feared that former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn could be subject to Russian blackmail. Sally Yates said she warned White House officials that she knew Flynn was not being honest with the Trump administration about his Russian contacts. And today, NSA Director Admiral Mike Rogers confirmed that Russian meddling is not limited to the U.S. France may have been hacked by the Russians, too.